Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Forgotten Classics series. Today we are having a very special map. We are playing on Arena, and in the blue we can see our player number one, Borsty, playing as the Teutons, building houses now, bringing in his sheep, looking like a very smooth start indeed. His ally, Jordan 23, on the other side of the map, playing in yellow as usual, playing as the Japanese. He's also found his sheep, his wall's looking good, boar inside his wall, and the third player on their team is Hades. Hades playing in the purple as the Mayans. It looks like after their defeat in the last game, Jordan and Borsty have recruited another player to join them in their team. So they are now playing the three of them against their opponents. Over to the very west of the map, we have another new player supporting the other team, DerVasall, playing as the Teutons in grey. To the north of him, his ally Gummibaer, playing as the Japanese, and to the very north of the map, third member of their team, Food Please, playing as the Mayans in the red. Now, looking at the maps, we see that all of their bases are walled off with stone walls, so there will probably be no feudal aggression, as these walls are quite difficult to break. All of the players at the moment still inside their bases, except for Gummibaer, who is already running around in the center of the map. And he has not scouted his own base yet, at least not completely, taking his sheep very messily outside of his TC. Let's see if he will position his next sheep underneath his TC. At least he continues creating villagers, although he could now send a few villagers on wood. His teammate, DerVasall, he's got all of his villagers on berries, no villagers on sheep. In fact, it does not look like he has found any of his sheep yet. Very unorthodox start with the 7 villagers on berries. Now sending his 8th villager to build another house. You never have enough houses, but he's only at 9 population, so he would not need another house right now. Looking at their ally Food Please, he has 1 sheep underneath his TC, but he needs to send another one, otherwise his villagers will be idle, but he will bring in a boar, probably just in time. He doesn't have loom, so that is a bit risky. You know, these players, they are a bit rusty, coming back from a long break, and it happens that they lose a villager, but let's see, he should be able to garrison now inside the TC, no need to risk it. He's blocking, oh, he's garrisoning it, should get the boar now without any problem, and shooting it at the back of the TC, not ideal, but at least no villager died. Looking over to Jordan. Jordan also brought in a boar. Doesn't look like he lost any villagers. 5 villagers on wood already. Sending out a 6th villager. Sending a villager to get the boar that he scouted in the very edge of his arena. Excellent scouting from Jordan 23. But of course we expect nothing less of the legend Jordan 23. Going over to Hades, the other new player in the pink. Oh no, he lost a villager. Still see his corpse. He's taking his first boar, it seems. He still has another villager garrison. Should ungarrison that villager to collect more food. Another idle. No, now sending them back to work. Very messy start for our pink player, Hades. Only 12 population now, so he's fallen a bit behind already. Let's see if he can give his team the well-needed support. Scouting now outside of his base. As we move over to Borsti. Borsti collecting sheep, trying to bring in the boar, but he has loom researched. Very safe, will not lose the villager like his teammate. No, the boar running back now, and he's housed. Bit of a messy start as well. He's building a house now. I finished it, not housed anymore. But so many idols now. He did not expect the boar to run back. Very unfortunate. It's now right now 12 idle villagers as he brings in his second boar. I assume it is his second boar. No, his first boar. Second boar still standing. Looking over at Vasall. Vasall is collecting his sheep at the mill now. At least he has found his sheep. A bit unusual to collect them at the mill. Normally players want to bring the sheep in underneath that sea, but Vasall right there is a bit of a rogue player, so we will see what he is up to as he is gathering more and more food. And he's at a solid 17 population. No, that's still Borsti. The Vasall is at 16 population, not too bad. One villager behind Borsti. Gummibaer 15 population, so very low right there. He doesn't look like he maybe there. Looks like he lost a villager to the boar, and probably had quite some idle time as well. But creating more villager now, having a huge amount of villagers on the berries, because he could not find his second boar or his. That is unfortunate. Two of his sheep are trapped, but he could still bring in his second boar and his other two sheep, which are out there. But of course, Gummibaer decided to immediately scout his opponent. Looks like he is having a very aggressive start, scouting two of his opponents and his ally already. Where is he moving now? Moving probably to his third opponent, to Borsti. Already scouted Hades and Jordan 23. The Japanese player Gummibaer in the green. His ally, food please. Creating a lot of villagers. 19 villagers at the moment. First villagers on wood. This lumber camp is not ideal. Maybe should have deleted some walls and placed it further to the left. Looking over to his opponent, Jordan. Jordan has, I like this lumber camp, right between the gold and the stone. 7 villagers on wood in total now, and created a few farms. Got his 2 boars safely. 22 population, so he seems to be ahead of the other players. Collecting sheep. Not thinking about advancing to the field edge yet, as it is arena and they have these walls up. Players are probably thinking about going for a fast castle strategy to take advantage of these walls, as there will be no feudal age aggression. Couple of idols now have to be retasked. Maybe send a few more to wood. Where is he going? Let's speed up the game slightly, as not much tends to happen at these early stages of the game. And he is sending them to berries. Excellent, so he can collect enough food for to advance to the feudal age and eventually to the castle age. Also notice how he doesn't have loom yet, so that is an extra villager right there for Jordan 23. Hades, his ally, 23 population, seeing a lot of farms now. Did he bring in his nice deer here? Milling berries. Looks like he brought in 2 boars. Can't see any more boars for Hades. Ally Borsty brought in 2 boars as well. Still having loads of villages on the berry. His berries will expire at some point. Maybe he should start seeding some farms if he wants to advance to the castle age. Housed again as well. Still looking a bit messy at Borsty's base. Now let us go over to DerVasall. Jordan advancing to the feudal age. First player to the feudal age. Whilst DerVasall is happily chopping wood, having many farms, so he can be clicking up to the feudal age soon as well. In fact, clicking up this very moment. Excellent. Borsty advancing to the feudal age. Food Please advancing to the feudal age. 3 players in the feudal age already. Is Gummibaer on his way up, I would expect. Gummibaer, yes, 70% up to the feudal age, so not too far behind the other players. And Hades, the main player, is 60% up to the feudal age as well. So all players are advancing to the feudal age or are up already. Let's see if Jordan 23 might be the first player to the castle age. Not clicking up yet, but he has the resources. He has a market and a blacksmith up his 2 feudal age buildings, so he could click up now, and there he is, clicking up to castle age. Is any of the other players clicking up yet, as Hades is arriving in feudal age? Food Please, still creating villages, still needs a bit more gold to click up there. Now he should click up. Does he? But still doesn't have his feudal age building. Now having a blacksmith. Does not have a second feudal age building. This is terrible. Has the resources but cannot click up as he is missing the second. There he is now building a market and rushing it up with 5 villagers as he realizes that he's missing this building. Looking to Borsty. Borsty in blue, creating a lot of villagers. He has no plans of clicking up to the castle age. It seems he should also build his feudal age buildings, but he doesn't have the wood at the moment, and mining the gold outside instead of the safe gold inside his walls, that is very risky and could come back to bite him if any of his opponents is going for an attack. And this mining camp is in a terrible position. His villagers have to walk for a very long time to reach it. Looking at his opponent, DerVasall. Jordan now arriving in castle age. DerVasall. Oh, misclicking. DerVasall. Not up yet. Oh, this is Gummibaer. Looking at Gummibaer. Gummibaer not up yet either. So if Hades up. Hades is not clicking up, so only Jordan in castle age at the moment, and Food Please now arriving in the castle age. Food Please having no military buildings up. It seems like he does not go for any aggression. Hades clicking up. Excellent. The new player of Jordan and Borsty's team. Clicking up to the castle age. Also no military buildings. Oh yeah, the barrack is coming up now. Jordan 23. Creating an archery range. Barracks up as well. Is he creating any archers? What is Jordan's plan? No archers coming out. Where is his scouting? He's scouting Food Please. It looks like he wants to launch an attack on Food Please. But no military combat. Now sending villagers forward. What is his plan? Is he going for a tower, maybe? A siege workshop? He wants to... A castle! He is dropping a castle! onto the walls of Food Please. And looking at Food Please's point of view, does he see that? Yes, he sees the castle. Is he reacting? No, lots of idols at his base. No reaction yet. He has created a monk from his monastery. He's healing his villagers now that are injured from boulder. Getting up an extra TC. Still no reaction to the castle. This could be devastating for Food Please. Is no Jordan 23 also creating a monk now? What are the other players up to? Hades should be up to the castle age. Building a barracks, creating militia in castle age. This is highly unusual. What is his plan? Maybe going for long swordsman? No, just 2 militia. No other military being created. Now creating eagle scouts. So maybe these militias were just misclicks. Looking at Borsty up to the castle age, researching handcard. Looks like Borsty is going for a boom. An extra town center coming up in the middle of nowhere. And now looking over at Jordan 23 and Food Please's base. Jordan 23 has created a ram from a siege workshop, walling his castle, very cautious, doesn't want any rams from the opponent to come in and attack his castle, and slowly ramming down these stone walls of Food Please. Food Please re-walling behind, but only with 1 villager. That might be too slow. Of course, Food Please playing as the mines, they do get these cheaper stone walls, so at least these walls are not costly. On the other side now, Crossbowman coming out for Gummibaer, trying to attack Borsty, but Borsty is safe behind these walls. His villagers getting back into his base just in time. Doesn't look like he lost any. And a scout now coming in for Jordan 23, ramming the market and shooting it with the castle, so this market will go down very soon if Food Please doesn't react. No reaction so far. Another ram coming out. Some crossbowmen for Jordan 23. This is where the action is. What is Gummibaer doing? Gummibaer placing a town center on the extra berries and on the wood next to DerVasall's base. Vasall also in castle age, but not creating any military yet. And now axing is Jordan 23, saying send your military here as his crossbowmen are moving in. There is a gap, there's always a hole, and these crossbowmen now attacking Food Please. This is looking terrible for our red player. More and more crossbowmen and rams coming in from Jordan 23. Clearly excellent performance so far from Jordan 23, the strongest player in this game so far. And Food Please having a difficult time defending as the ram now attacks his town center. No reaction from Food Please now, sending villagers to attack the ram as this ram is currently undefended. Crossbowmen now start to kill some of the villagers. 2 villagers going down, the ram's going down, and yes, Food Please garrisons again. Villagers are safe and just manages to sneak in a relic. What is going on at Borsty's base? Borsty, 2 town centers. Gummibaer starting a house wall. Let's look at the population. Oh, Gummibaer supporting his ally, sending in some crossbowmen to fend off these crossbowmen from Gummibaer. Eagle Scouts now from the main player, Food Please in the red, have taken out this ram. Hades also sending his army to the base of Food Please. He wants to support our yellow player, and the green player is supporting the red player. Only the blue player and the gray player, they are so far not supporting their team, but as I say that, Borsty sending 6 knights onto Food Please's base. And here a skirmish between Gummibaer and the crossbowman of Jordan 23 and some man-at-arms and an archer and some eagle scouts from Hades. Now the knights arriving for Jordan 23, moving into the woodline of Food Please. Food Please's eagle scouts are out of position. He should also upgrade them to eagle warrior if he wants to fight here, and eagle scouts are going down quickly. The ram tries to take down the town center, not succeeding, as more knights are coming in from Borsty. This is looking dicey now. This town center might go down with this additional ram. Borsty's knights taking down the villagers. Food Please seems to be overwhelmed, and the crossbowmen of Gummibaer are a bit out of position. Can Food Please hold on here? His woodline is exposed now. These knights decide to move in further. Many villagers will go down. Another ram is moving in, attacking the barracks from Food Please. Villagers going down. These monks only now starting to convert the knight, and no, the knight being shot by the crossbowman. No conversions for Food Please. And more knights from Borstasar. No, from Food Please. Knights from Jordan 23. More crossbowmen. Rams. This is looking over for Food Please. His teammate launching an attack on Borstasar, castling his mining camp. Does not look like Borsty is very impressed. He has fortified wall. It will take a long time until Gummibaer has broken through, and his ally Food Please will have died by then, as the second town center of Food Please has been going down now, and Food Please again tries to wall, but again there seems to be a hole, and the ram will take down these buildings. Borsty's knights now massacring Food Please's villagers on the gold. Food Please, let's have a look. He is down to 25 population. Not looking good. He cannot hold on for much longer. He's out of food. Still has a lot of gold. But what is he gonna do with this gold? Can create some monks, but he now gets a conversion. But this knight will be taken down, and nothing is fighting these rams at the moment. Maybe a siege workshop for Food Please could have worked to take down these rams, but now it seems it is too late, and it does not look like anything will be stopping the army of Jordan 23 to destroy the base of Food Please. He's still on 25 population, now creating another monastery. Still no action at the other player's base. Still mainly Jordan 23 with some support of Hades and Borsty attacking Food Please. Gummibaer has stopped sending army, and now the recording ends. Probably Gummibaer, Food Please and Vasall resigned. Can only assume that as the game went on, Food Please would have been defeated, and then 3 players of Jordan's team would have had an easy time taking out the remaining Gummibaer and Vasall. Vasall didn't show anything this game. He created a lot of pikemen without setting gather point, and 1 crossbowman, but not sending them to the support his ally, or not attacking his enemies. Gummibaer tried to launch an attack, but was not fast enough, did not get through these walls. Hades sending some support, building a castle, and Borsty sending a couple of knights and not contributing much otherwise. Here he had more knights, should have sent them forward. And Jordan23 clearly being the MVP of this game, defeating or almost defeating Food Please and winning his team the game. GG. Let us look at the achievements. Jordan23, yes, largest army, killing 68 units, only losing 14. Food Please losing a horrible 71 units and only killing 6. Not a very good defense by him. The other players not fighting much. Gummibaer killing a few units and losing 20. And Borsty killing 17 units without losing a single unit. So he was very efficient with his knights. Very strong play. Hades only having some minor skirmishes, managing to kill 3 units, and DerVasall with 0 kills and 0 losses, not participating at all in the fights. Economy very strong for Jordan. Castle age time very fast for Jordan23, enabling him to launch an early attack onto Food Please. And Jordan23 also collecting 2 relics and a lot of relic gold. Hades collecting 1 relic, and I believe Food Please had 2 relics at some point. Villager high is Gummibaer. He had a lot of villagers but did not contribute enough military. So after a surprisingly short game on Arena, the victory goes to Jordan23, Borsty and Hades. With that, I'm tapping out. See you in the next game.